I'm here with Robert Pellegrino Estrich, and my name's Amanda Wright.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Robert. And we're doing a series on Abidjania, Brazil, and the history, because Robert knows lots of the history. He's been here for quite some time, about 20 years, generally associated with the Casa. So he knows the history of many things that have become myth and legend, but he knows the essence of them. So today, a very interesting topic. I've asked Robert to talk about John of God, the man, and the entity, and the difference, because not everybody's clear on the terminology. So
Yes,
Robert, if
right.
you could, that would be great if you could help us with that information.
Yeah, that's true, Amanda. Many people get confused because it's hard for them to visualize the man as the man, any other human being. But he's also a very powerful medium who can set aside his own consciousness and invite in the consciousness of deceased spirits, usually doctors or saints or people like St. Ignatius or Dr. Augusto Almeides. And once he's in the entity, he's no longer the man.
No.
And usually when he finishes incorporating, or he disincorporates,
Yes.
then he doesn't remember what happened during the incorporation.
So the incorporation is when he works as a medium and allows the spirit doctors, the spirit entities, to come into his consciousness.
To take over his consciousness, yeah.
Yes.
And in so doing, of course, they take over his body. And then they bring with them from the spirit world some of the magical, or apparently magical, the wonderful healing capabilities
Yes.
that they have access to in the spirit world, but we don't necessarily have here.
Right.
Or if we have it, we haven't yet found a way to utilize it.
I see. So, John of God, the man, what an extraordinary man. He's in his 70s now, and he's been doing this work since he was...
Since he was a teenager, small teenager. Yeah.
And 3 days a week,
Yes.
he works and does a morning and an afternoon session here at the Casa, and he asks for nothing.
No, in fact, he previously, when I first came here, to offer to make a donation, insulted him. He would, get very cross. These days, he's a lot more receptive to that sort of thing. I accept donations. When I first came here, we came by bus from Espírito Santo in the southeast of Brazil, and our donations were toilet paper, bags of rice, sugar, bags of beans. That was the type of donation we gave, because the Casa couldn't afford to buy those sort of things.
Right. That's amazing. And John of God, the man, he doesn't have high literacy skills.
No, he doesn't. Actually, he's illiterate, cannot write and cannot read. But I believe, not just suspect, I believe that that's the way the entities wanted it, because in a pure body, there's not, shall we say, had preconceived ideas from education or from other input from other sources, and it's much easier for them to work through a clean body like his.
Right. Yes. And he started life as a tailor.
Yeah.
And also had an emerald mine. Is that?
No,
right?
he started his life as a tailor, but he was hounded everywhere he went. As a young man, he travelled all on foot. And every time he went to a village, he couldn't help himself. He wanted to help the people. And then the police would find him and run him out of town, or put him into jail, or beat him up, or as they did those days. But eventually he hid in the military because he saved the life of a son of a military officer. So he hid in the military for many years, until the entity said, "You can't hide here forever. This is not your mission."
Right.
And he said, "Then you're going to have to look after me." So he said, "I'm just a poor tailor." So he had a little bit of money saved up from the years in the military. They said, "Take this money, buy this land here." And he said, "But it's barren land." I said, "Dig. It's an emerald mine." And that's how he got his first
I
name.
see. Right. And Abidjania, Brazil, has provided a safe haven, ultimately, for this amazing work.
Yes, I mean, he really is the ultimate in unconscious mediumship. A medium that can surrender their consciousness and allow other spirits to take over.
Yes, the work is truly amazing, and I understand that 1,500 or even up to 2,000 people per day come here now.
in special occasions like his birthday or the birthday of St. Ignatius, there could be as many as 5,000 people.
Wow. And I was here on May Day, and that was a public holiday, and there must have been many
They were
thousands
still
of
working
people.
on the first timeline, is when I checked, on that day, at 7 o'clock at night, and they were still going.
So the afternoon session had run from 2 until 7
7.
o'clock at night, and John of God says that he will work until everybody is seen.
Absolutely, he
And
never
that is
stops.
absolutely true.
That's his mission.
Thank you very much for
You're
sharing
welcome,
the
Amanda.
information, because I don't think people are clear on the differentiation, so hopefully we've made it a bit easier for people to
Hopefully.
understand.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you so much.